eat lightning, and you're gonna crap thunder.
How are you, folks? Welcome another Monday. Great state of Georgia. Welcome to the Rumble Live lineup where you get top streaming shows like Louder with Crowder at 11. I was so good on it. Russell Brand, Tim Pool, and all the other heavy hitters you see scrolling by. And if you want to see all the shows commercial free and get extra content, you can sign up for Rumble Premium. And don't forget, you can download the Rumble app. Today, I will be talking about John Bolton getting his balls busted. It's called, people call it retribution. I call it justice. Also, Trump's been in a little bit of a war with the idiot mayor from Baltimore, Westmoreland, who looks like a big girl. Me and Dallas just saw a picture of him. Oh, my God, I think he's a big girl. Also, cashless bail. You know how everybody hates that has a brain? I'll be chatting about that maybe going away. I think that's enough. Anyways, weekend-wise, it was a good one. Watch the Red Sox go into Yankee Stadium, take the first 3 of 4, had beaten them 8 times straight this year. And, of course, I wanted them to sweep. The last time they swept the Yankees at Yankee Stadium in a 4-game series was 1939 or 1912. I can't remember. But, yeah. But, man, Sox, what's his name, went deep on Thursday night. My boy Roman Anthony did a little bat flip. I mean, Yankees must be going, we got to put up with this kid. Guy gets on base, whether it's a what. Fucking insane. Insane. And then yesterday, the Yankees do what they do, hit a shitload of home runs. Nick Totoro, no, is it Nick? There's 2 Totoro brothers. Yeah, John Totoro and Nick. Nick's a real Italian one that looks like me, I think. He's from the Bronx. He's a diehard Yankees fan. He's always on X, putting himself on camera, fucking losing his shit when the Yankees. I hit him up on X and he hit me back, which is kind of cool. I always liked his work. I feel like he's where I am. I'm going, yeah, I had a decent career. He's throwing shit at the TV. Yeah, so that was nice. I did a lot more than that. I just can't. Made a bolognese, beef bolognese. Next time we do a bitch and kitchen, I'm going to serve this one up to you because holy mo, it's Andy's favorite out of all the shit I make. It's basically, I call it Italian's version of a sloppy Joe. Only, that doesn't do it justice. What's that?
It's Italian, so it's better.
Yeah, exactly. There's no fucking potatoes or fucking cinnamon in it. But yeah, it's just ground beef. You keep cooking it down and down with red wine and keep adding liquid till it takes on this friggin'. I threw the rind. This is a fucking Italian chef thing. You take the rind of a piece of Parmesan, you throw that in there because bolognese is supposed to have a dairy element to it. Some people use milk as the liquid, and some people use but it's got 3 cups of red wine in it, 2 cans of it's. Anyways, you cook it for like 3 hours. And basically, like I said, it's just hamburger. But it absorbs everything you do to it. It's fucking insane. Insane. And that's how you know I'm old. Getting excited about food. Like Rodney said, I'll tell you, food has replaced sex in my house completely. I had a mirror installed over my kitchen table. Dallas, tell your fucking friends to beat it. I wonder who they're chasing. Yeah. Yeah. Dice Clay has a great bit about fire engines, how much he hates them. Yeah, you're going over a big fucking deal, you bells and sirens. Is that what you're really mad about, Andrew? All right, let's get to it. If I had a memory, folks, I'm pretty sure I did something. Oh, yeah, I ran over a baby in a stroller. Let's get to the news. FBI busts Bolton's balls. We call that alliteration. It's a dangerous situation. Speaking of Sopranos, we lost a member, another cast member yesterday. We'll get to him in a few minutes. He was one of my favorite characters. FBI agents raided the Maryland home in the Washington, D.C. office of President Trump's former national security advisor, Mark Twain lookalike John Bolton, on Friday morning in a high-profile probe of allegations that he sent highly sensitive classified documents to his family from a private email server while working in the White House. Sounds familiar. Almost sounds like Hillary shit. Why would you be sending it to your family? They said, maybe you can help me. They said he was using his family as a cutout. I'm not sure of that term, but I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know. I get the feeling that it's just a way to
manipulate without people seeing something. It. Yes. Yeah. We called that washing money. They do it with videos and shit, apparently. Why did I say it? They apparently came out like from Dallas. Fuck with impressions. Let me tell you something. Let's take a look at the FBI just to prove it. I'm not making it up. They went to his house looking for faggotry and found tons of it.
Good morning, my neighbors.
Yeah. Good morning, my neighbor. There it is. Federal investigators went to Bolton's house in Bethesda, Maryland. You know, Maryland is as crooked a state as Illinois. But naturally, it's where Biden's from. You people are disgusting. At 7 a.m. in an investigation ordered by FBI Director, our buddy Kash Patel, Trump administration official told the Post. Agents later went to Bolton's office in downtown D.C., but did not enter because of a foul odor from his cologne. He wears canoe. No, did not enter until a judge signed a warrant for that location late Friday morning. No one, and that's in caps, is above the law, FBI agent on mission, Patel said in a cryptic post. What's so cryptic about that? On X, shortly after the raid began. Bolton has not been arrested and is not currently charged with any crimes, the administration official said. Boy, they love to, when it's Trump going after, they have to put that in the article. In other words, he might be wrong. You don't do that when they were going after him. God damn it, I'm going to start a class called Reading the News with Nick. I've been saying that for 11 years. Doubt it's going to happen. Maybe I'll write a book. Investigators reopened a dormant probe. That's what I call my That's what I call. That reminds me I have to do that second colonoscopy. I really do, too. Investigators reopened a dormant probe into Bolton's alleged use of private email to send classified national security documents to his wife and daughter from his work desk before his dismissal by Trump in September 2019. So I'm guessing he was just pushing it over there to hide it, like you said. While Bolton was a national security advisor, he also doubled as an Orville Redenbacher. He was literally stealing classified information, utilizing his family as a cutout. So that's what the charges are.
You go fuck yourself, convict!
The probe was initially opened in 2020 and continued into the Biden administration. Guess what? Biden froze the investigation. Could you find a more corrupt 4 years than jerk off Biden? I don't think so, and I'm not being hyperbolic with that. Here's Trump, I think, letting you know how he feels about dinkweed.
Purposely don't want to really get involved in it. I'm not a fan of John Bolton. I thought he was a sleazebag.
I prefer scumbag, but sleaze, he knows how to take the edge off just enough. Yep. The latest probe spawned out. You know what's funny to me? People, they don't like what Trump, he calls other people's names. And you know what that is? That's a guy reminding us that he's one of us. And there's something called the First Amendment. And don't give me this holier than thou shit. It's not presidential. No, but getting your dick sucked while you're eating pizza under the desk was, right? Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Or Biden doing whatever he was doing. Going to China and selling his name. That was presidential. The latest probe spawned out of a separate criminal inquiry into Bolton from Trump's first term over the ex-advisor's alleged disclosure of national secrets in his 2020 book titled The Room Where It Happened, which is my book. It's about this dump I took in the bathroom that ruined our house. We had to move. Yeah, it followed us down to Savannah. Justice Department officials who also served during the Biden administration purportedly told Trump officials that they have been trying to prosecute this case for 4 years, and the Biden DOJ shut it down. Prick face.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
I love it. And of course, the left is all screaming, this is political, this is retribution. It's called justice. Are you guys really, are you that insane? That you think you can do, Victor, all right, I'm Victor Davis, Victor Hanson Davis. God, I always fuck it up. I am old. I'm dying soon. Hi. Victor Hanson Davis, PhD. Anyways, he's the best out there at writing about what the left is and how full of shit they are. And he lists stuff. He must keep score every day for the last 4 years. But I'm going to play this clip him, not today, tomorrow, of him listing, when the Dems say that Trump's a threat to democracy, he lists all the major things that they've done to Trump, like trying to prosecute him as a civilian, which had never been done before. 2 assassination attempts, that never happened before. Trying to debank him so he couldn't write checks when he was going through court, that's never happened. I mean, there's 19 things he lists. And yet, if you showed the shitheads that vote Democrat, they'll just deny it. It's frightening. I think, and I'm not kidding, I think we're closer to a civil war, because eventually one of these ICE agents is going to get hurt or shot trying to do his job, and then all hell's going to break loose. I hope. Because the left in West Coast LA and West, I shouldn't just say West Coast, but they lead in stupid. But DC and Chicago, obviously, people of the same ilk. The aforementioned West moron versus Donald Trump. President Trump threatened to rethink, that's in quotes, funds that the federal government sent Baltimore. Oh, I'm sorry, Baltimore. I said D.C. Huh?
Close enough.
Yeah, I know. I confuse my shitholes. Government sent Baltimore to repair a massive bridge. Remember that? Remember when the boat hit the bridge and it collapsed? Trump's going, you're not going to get this money if you don't start cleaning up your... anyways, last year, making the comments after Maryland Governor Wes Moore told him to visit the city or keep our name out of your mouth. I didn't hear him say it, but I guaranteed he said out your mouth. I guaranteed he had to do that street fucking Will Smith tough guy horse shit. You talking to Trump like that?
You fucking pompous, stuck-up, snot-nosed, English.
He looks like a young
giant,
George Foreman there, but we have another
scumbag,
picture. He looks like Georgette
dickhead,
Foreman.
asshole.
Right here.
Look at him. He's got lipstick on. That's the mouth of the mother, Esther Roll, who played the mother in Good Times. Look at that bitch. That guy's a fruit cup with a chocolate center.
Oh, delicious.
No, gross. Let's play a video of. This is Wes Bolton out there.
Violence is a little bit too close to where I have to spend most
Talking
of
to
my
his
week.
Monday morning,
constituents.
Baltimore police
Listen to
finding
this.
the body of 28-year-old Wilson Marroquin Caceres, who had been shot.
There's other little things that happen in the
Little
neighborhood,
things.
but that's the first time that we've heard of a body being found.
That homicide, just one of several violent incidents on the streets of Baltimore in recent times. Since August 11th, there have been 11 shootings,
It's about 2
including the
weeks.
shooting in Fells Point early Friday morning.
That's crazy. It's like they're trying to set a record or something.
Just one of the
Who's
many
they, brother?
shootings in the busy business district in the last few months.
But Wes Moore's trying to tell Trump they don't have a problem. I love it. You guys have painted yourself into a corner that you can't get out of because you built your house, the foundation, on lies. And the lies have all been debunked. Now you get no foundation. The house collapsed and you're laying under it. And you know what? I wouldn't piss on you. Anyways, Trump said, I gave Wes Moore a lot of money to fix his demolished bridge. I will now have to rethink that decision, Trump wrote at the end of a post on Truth Social, calling Baltimore out of control and crime-ridden. He also threatened to send the military into the city to clean up crime, like his ongoing deployment of the National Guard troops in D.C. And guess what, folks? All weekend I'm online, and there's black people who live in these bad neighborhoods who couldn't have been happier. I'm sure you got your brainwashed ones too, but the people who try to make an honest living, and I'm talking young black people, going, man, this kid was filming himself because I haven't walked down this street without looking over my shoulder in 10 years. And, and you can see National Guard in the back. If that's what it takes. And then the Dems take that and say, he's militarizing. He's authoritarian. He's a dictator. Unfucking real. Your bullshit doesn't ring anymore. See, it used to when you had ABC, CBS, NBC, and CNN and MSN. But now the internet has debunked your horse shit. So you better find a new way to lie, is what I'm saying. The pair have fought in recent days over Trump's characterizations of Baltimore as overrun by crime. We just showed you some of in the last 2 weeks, there's 11 shootings. But that's normal in Wes Moore's world. And Moore's criticism of the police military crackdown on Washington. In an August 21st letter, Moore invited Trump to attend a Baltimore public safety walk. What the fuck is that? Let me tell you something. You're not even safe if you're a Baltimore Oriole and you get a walk going to first base. You could get stabbed in the ass. That's how bad Baltimore is. In September to discuss strategies for effective public safety policy. See, that's his way of going, you're kind of right, Trump. Trump announced on August 11th that he would seize control of Washington's police department and send hundreds of troops to Washington, which he did, in response to what he has claimed. Look, he has claimed. What he has claimed is a wave of crime. New York Post, you suck. And yes, I look for other sources, but they're even more left-wing. But I've been watching this paper deteriorate. He claims. Meanwhile, we have statistics, which comes under science, proving that it's a crime-ridden shithole and has been forever. All you got to do is ask people that have lived there. But it's Trump claiming it. It probably isn't so. The author of the article wants you to believe. As a crime in the nation's capital. He also called Baltimore so far gone, Trump said, and threatened to deploy troops to other Democrat-run cities like Chicago. And, of course, Dinkweed over there, full-out socialist Marxist. What's his last name? Johnson? Brandon Johnson, yes. Of course, he's denying all that shit and calling Trump a dictator. It is hilarious watching these, let's say, DEI hires try to take on an old white guy who has more brains in his left nut than all of them. What? I don't know. He's got two nuts. Maybe. Got a mushroom cap. I heard that. His nickname was Shiitake in the showers in high school. What? Gilligan? While Baltimore has been plagued historically by high violent crime rates, the city's homicide rates have dropped significantly in recent. You know why? They don't report them. They manipulate the numbers. All the cities have done this. They've dropped by 40% from 2019 to 2020. Okay, then we'll leave you alone. That's what Trump should say. Okay, we're going to leave you alone. And I'm going to go to Chicago, and I'm going to do what I did in D.C. with the National Guard. And then we'll come back and look at your city 8 months from now and see how you're doing. According to Council on Criminal Justice, homicides this year down 23%. But they don't tell you. That's like, it's like, okay, but what was the number down from 23%? It's one thing if there was only 9 of them and it was down 23%. But when there's 1,100 a year, so it's down, it's like a fat fuck that weighs 1,200 pounds and he's bragging about losing 100 pounds. How's that for an analogy? The fat fuck analogy.
It's also they hand select what they're going to say. Well, it's down, homicide's down. Well, they don't go to violent crime. They
That's
leave
right.
out a lot of
they
violent
cherry
crime.
pick. And you know how they like to pick cherries. I'm sorry, it's the Mexicans. Let's move on to, this is great news, another promise kept. Bye-bye cashless bail. President Trump, and again, another promise kept, is expected to sign an executive order Monday ending cashless bail by threatening to revoke federal funding for jurisdictions across the country. Well, of course. Here's what Trump understands that the rest of the world doesn't seem. The planet and the world, the oxygen, it's money. It runs on money. It runs on money. And that's all the politicians do when they're not lying to you on TV. They're raising money. That's all they do. give speeches, hire lobbyists, and they're fucking, you know the deal. Attorney General, my ex-girlfriend Pam Bondi, will provide Trump with a list of the no-cash bail jurisdictions that could end up targeting states like New York, cities such as Washington, D.C., or other localities with lax bail policies. That would be pretty much every state run by, and that's the key, because there are some cities that are shitholes in red states, but they're run by Democrat mayors. True, you can look it all up. On August 11th, first of all, Pam, I was much bigger than that. On August 11th, you know that, at another inch and a half, the president called on Congress to tighten laws around cashless bail so criminals would not be cut loose without posting a cash bond before their trial. I mean, just think about this. It shows how little the left, they hate your guts. Literally, these aren't just misdemeanors. These are people with fucking rap sheets a mile long for, attempted murder, robbery and shit, drugs. To put them right back on the street. Some state governments have reformed bail laws in favor of supervised pretrial release out of concern that posting cash disproportionately impacts poorer populations. Why don't you... I can't even remember a story about a white guy who, they let out cashless bail and had a record a mile long and killed somebody. I'm sure he's out there, but for every white one, I'll let you do the rest of the math. Illinois was the first to eliminate cash bail. Of course it was. Liberal shithole state, not just a... Followed by New Jersey, who's coming around. You remember Trump a couple of years ago? I was performing in New Jersey at that beautiful theater, and Count Basie Theater, and he had like 200,000 people at a beach a couple of hours away. Followed by New Jersey and New Mexico. I don't understand New Mexico. All due respect, folks that live there. I would never live there. It looks fucking horrible. Eliminated cash bail, though most states still have some form of bond in place. I call it Bond-D. See what I did there? Those charged with crimes. In New York City, 2 convicted killers cuffed for dealing drugs in Greenwich Village earlier this month. Convicted killers, were both released without posting bond earlier this month.
What the hell's going on out here?
Did I read that right? 2 murderers? Last October, a suspected Tren de Aragua gang member was also freed without bail in the Big Apple after being charged with attempted homicide and was collared weeks later in a Miami drug bust, only to be let loose again. By the way, what's his name? Cabrero? Who's Cabrero? The one that they had cocktails with, the MS-13 guy that threw out, he came back in June and shit. Now he's being tried on human smuggling, and they gave him a choice. If he admits to that, he can go to prison in Costa Rica. If he doesn't, he could end up in Uganda. That's going on right. Just Uganda's just, I don't know. I think people go to vacation in Costa Rica, don't they? Don't they? Yeah. I've never heard anybody taking a long weekend in Uganda.
Except Kim Bass.
One, who?
Except Kim Bass.
Oh, Jesus. Did she go to Uganda? Yeah. She did, didn't she? She has a duplex there with some other... Alice is mumbling. Nobody can hear you. But one prolific pickpocket in the city has even racked up a whopping 45 bucks as of January 2024. We're still moving through the revolving doors of justice. Every place in the country where you have no cash bail is a disaster, Trump told the reporters earlier this month during a briefing while he was tackling crime in that shithole D.C.
Yes, sir.
The White House has pointed to a law enforcement study conducted in Yolo County, California. How many counties in California? The fuck is Yolo? Sounds like an energy drink. 2 years ago that determined a zero bail policy. You know what the effect it had? It spiked crime 163% in that jurisdiction. Trump's Department of Justice has already canceled more than 360 grants worth hundreds of millions of dollars in April for state entities and nonprofits that officials said were serving as a slush fund for the left-wing cause rather than public safety. So not only did they want it, they defunded police in some cities, and they're throwing these criminals right back on the street. Taking away, what more do you need to know about the left? Making Europe everywhere dangerous. letting out hardened criminals, and anyways. Boys and girls, I'll be touring again. It's like I'm on a treadmill I can't get off. September 18th, I'll be at Hyenas in Dallas, Texas. And then the next 2 nights, 19th and 20th of September, Wise Guys, Salt Lake City, Utah. Followed by October 3rd. Excuse me, when did I agree to all this shit? Arlington Draft House, Arlington, Virginia. October 16th, Zanies in Nashville, Tennessee. And if these places aren't sold out, I'm taking a year off and writing a book called Go Bang Your Mother. Should be terrific. Not your mother. Anyways, also go to the merchandise page to support this show. All kinds of stuff you wouldn't see on other merchandises page, like hats and hoodies and shit. DiPaolo yo-yos and penicillin. STD remover. What? Anyways, go there and buy something nice. Show your family that you love them.
Hi, good night, everybody.